Okay, before we start with the solution, I will give a little bit of a prerequisite, okay? You have to have the attitude of wanting to learn everything down to a low level. To achieve independence, you cannot really delegate a lot of your life to a corporation or almost anybody else. You cannot say things like, why would I want to do that when I can just order it off of Amazon or buy it from a supermarket? I don't want to learn anything because I can just pay for somebody else to do it. And then with that money, I can with that time, I can make more money. You cannot have that attitude, okay? That's not going to work. If you're like that, you kind of have to change or just be a cuck for the rest of your life, I guess. You cannot be institutionalized. You have to become a minimalist in a survivalist sense, if you know what I mean. Being a minimalist isn't about being a cuck because you cannot afford something. That's not what it is. Minimalism is not an excuse. And I'll give an example. Imagine there is a dude dating a single mom with 4 kids from 4 different people.
For Lopez, 4 kids, and I gotta take all they badass to showbiz, okay.
Right? And she likes to buy many expensive things as well. She is a gold digger. Now, when you ask him if he is happy, he just calls you a broke.
Now, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas.
And says you cannot afford a woman like this. This argument is ridiculous, right? So when we use this argument for things like Lamborghinis or consumer goods, why does the argument suddenly hold? It's still ridiculous, right? We need to look at, you have to have a certain sense of practicality in your brain in order to really be free. And the solution I'm going to give you or discuss in this video is hard work. Okay, it's not easy, okay, but it's meaningful. And when you start working on something meaningful, you will find a will within yourself you never knew you had, okay? You'll stay up late, wake up early, and you'll work on something with a passion. So it is possible. I do believe anybody can do this. So stay tuned and stay free. All right, let's get into it. Now, one of the things to do to achieve a high level of independence is to have a high level of self-sustainability. Farming is basically one of the only ways you can do this. And the weird part is you can actually make a lot of money doing that as well. You can truly break free from the system and you can get rich at the same time and you can be self-sustainable. You see, earlier in the 1900s, most people were farmers and towns were mostly run like that. People were just self-sustainable. Fucking drill. Being educated back then meant something. Everyone wanted to send their kid to a university for some kind of posh degree because it was rare. And to an extent, there were many positions for graduates back in the day because it was just rare. Having a STEM degree really meant you were in some kind of top percentile and you were some specimen. Okay? But now everyone has a degree. This is just true. Everybody goes to university. The massive advertising really paid off. Everybody thinks they need a degree. And they aren't as useful as we thought. The main thing a degree gives you is status. Hey, this is something I have that somebody else does not have. Okay? I had the money, or at least my parents had the money to send me to this place, which means I'm better than other people, lol, right? If everybody has status, no one has status, which is the point we're getting to right now with these degrees. Joseph Schumpeter predicted that the overclass will get fed up with the system and fuck everything up due to their entitlement. And we can actually see that happening today. I'll give you an example. Take the intellectual English major who did the bachelor's degree and now is doing a master's degree. And then after they come out, what are they going to do? They're just going to demand some super high job that just doesn't exist. And when they fail to find that high position job that doesn't exist, they will just become more entitled and resentful. And then they will start complaining and fuck everything up. Again, you can see this happening today. The people who struggle the most are the educated ones in the cities with the multiple degrees and all that shit. Trying to beat a rat race by running faster and further than everybody else is not how you win. To beat a rat race, you need to get off the track and see what's happening in the real fucking world. That's how you really win the rat race. That's how you survive. We do not need educated intellectuals anymore. They're useless, okay? We need people who can do shit, and that's what people are starting to realize. So now, industries like trade and farming are becoming a better choice. Bullshit jobs. Totally, right? That's basically what an intellectual is. Most jobs are bullshit. We need people who can do shit, not people who appear to have the ability to do shit, right? And okay, let's just apply basic common sense. What is considered an unsaturated market today? It's trade school and it's farming, okay? People want people with actual skills and people who can survive when Apple decides to go out of business or charge a monthly fee for unlocking your iPhone or shit like that. Selling people quality food as opposed to processed shit you find in the city is going to be the new market, quote unquote. Cities are extremely precarious. Multiple instances have shown this, right? COVID, 2008, for example. And the only thing cities offer you is hedonism on an individual level. It seems tempting, but in the end of the day, it is hollow and it is unsustainable. And it will make you depressed and shit. Okay? We focused on quantity way too much. A fresh egg from a farm using the Salatin model has about 20 times the nutrition than a normal fucking egg you find in the industrial farming method. It's called the Salatin model because Joel Salatin is the guy who made it popular in the modern day by criticizing industrial farming. He didn't actually invent the whole method. It was kind of made by little innovations over time by generations of farmers. But whatever. This is kind of how cool, fast innovation works. It's always inspirational. Whatever. Right? If you're in the US, for example, and you have about like $10,000 saved up, which, believe it or not, is actually impossible for people nowadays. $10,000 is actually a lot of money. A lot of people cannot afford a $400 expense, right? But if you have $10,000, which is a lot, go move to the countryside, okay? Buy land, rent it at first if you can. You'll probably end up renting because $10,000 is not enough to buy land. And start with a basic animal. Egg chickens. Great start. Order like 20 egg chickens, okay? Raise them and they'll lay an egg a day, okay? Sell these eggs to your friends and family first and consume them yourself, right? You will initially make less money. I agree. But the money you make is from you. You own every aspect of your business. You own the chickens, you own the land, you own the coop. It's all free and open source. There is no computer involved, right? You're not dependent on a corporation. If Russia and Ukraine have a fucking war tomorrow, which is what happened, you don't have to worry about your fucking internet connection going down or whatever, right? You get the point. It's independent. And not to mention, like I said, when you move to the countryside, all your costs go down. Everything in the city is expensive and it is dependent on a mega corporation for everything. This is why looking at one number is stupid. Your salary in the countryside might be lower, but it comes from you and you have independence and your costs are down. So you're technically winning. In the city, most people are slaves. Even the quote-unquote successful ones are still slaves because they are fully dependent on the system. It's all about work for your corporation, make a little bit of money, consume some hedonistic product, and then repeat the cycle again. Full dependence. In the city, everyone wants to outcompete each other as well. They want to get to the top by stepping on each other. Farmers, on the other hand, are different because they just live naturally fulfilling lives. So they're not the quote-unquote rational economic thinker that just hyper-analyzes for money. Again, another thing, Joseph Schumpeter really highlighted that this materialistic rationalism would really fuck everything up. Pretty insightful stuff.
Money, well, I'm in need. Yes, it's a trifling.
Right, most of these farmers, because they live very content lives with families and shit like that, they'll just be happy to help you. They'll be happy to duplicate their technology sideways. Think free and open source software, but in like a farming sense. They support one another because they know that there's enough nature and market demand, weirdly enough, for everybody. Farmers duplicate their technology sideways. And due to this, they're often very sustainable. And in the town or the countryside, you won't really care much about Netflix or Lambos because you'll just be happier due to the meaningful shit you are doing. Like I said, you want to see your productivity like shoot up 10 times, move out of the fucking city, throw your phone in the toilet and just see the magic that happens. Start working on something fucking meaningful. And it's magic. Brilliant stuff. The only use money has is to make you independent from the system. So yes, a hack, okay? Credit card churning. Use phenomenons like that to help you buy tools that can help you break free. Certain power tools are extremely useful and whatnot. Being financially free is a myth, but being farmer free is the real thing. If you're in the city and you have like multiple income streams of like, oh, you got an income stream from Udemy, from Skillshare, from YouTube, and all these fucking, that's not a business, man. You're just a cuck to like all these corporations. But if you're a farmer and you got chickens, you got eggs, you have a couple pigs, and you got some cows, that is actual multiple income streams. Okay, not fucking all these gay ass, no homophobia, just all these fucking gay ass. That's not multiple revenue streams. Having a lot of content is not multiple revenue streams. And again, when you start this farming stuff, you learn all you can. Joel Salatin, again, explains how food should be integrated into towns and not segregated and delegated to some factory, which is 15,000 miles away. He uses the example of how earlier food would travel 15 miles from the farm to the door or the kitchen. Now it travels 1,500 miles and is almost often pre-cooked. Centralized production and efficiency are myths because it's a one-dimensional materialistic rationalism sense, right? They apply this thinking fucking everywhere. Salatin also explains the hidden cost of efficient industrial food, the preciousness, right? A carrot filled with fertilizer grown in an industry today contains 1/3 of the nutrients a carrot did 100 years ago. This is no secret, right? Nutrition quality in food is decreasing a lot. Another cost people don't acknowledge is transportation and pathogens. Now we have to feed all the 1,000 chickens in like 1 square meter a lot of antibiotics because they shit and sleep and eat in the same area and they do it next to each other. In an actual farm where there's nature and shit, you don't have to worry about costs or expenses like this. Learn how to build minimal chicken coops and whatnot. Things like that, right? Learn how to actually do shit with your hands. And trade. Trade is also another really useful thing. Learn carpentry. Learn things like becoming an electrical engineer, not the university type that sits on a computer all day, but the kind that climbs the fucking power lines. There's a shortage of people who can do this. Literally, because everybody's educated now, right? Again, Joseph Schumpeter, very insightful stuff. Actually work, like do shit with your hands. This is what's gonna make you rare or whatever. And again, make friends with other farmers, not content creators and Instagram models, farmers, okay? Electricians, plumbers, trade shit, right? Like I said, they're very nice people who will often give each other a hand and help technology duplicate and evolve. People in the city these days don't even know how to clean their house, let alone cook or do anything complex. Forget about Buttigieg. Fuck Linux, okay? Fuck technology, right? Everything is subcontracted to mega corporations. And soon, fucking will also be subcontracted. What you say? Oh shit. Babies will just be made in artificial wombs someday, trust me. What you say? Oh shit, that happens already too. Honestly, these conspiracy theories should just be called spoilers or whatever. Like every meme I can think of is a fucking reality already. So it's just, this cyberpunk dystopia shit's probably real already, you know what? This is part of the reason everybody is depressed. They're not participating in their own lives, right? They're dependent on a corporation for everything. You got your Uber Eats or whatever the fuck in Singapore, it's Grab, that delivers food to your house. You got your content creation, and then you got your fucking remote work. This is not living, okay? Cooking, cleaning, giving birth to kids, raising kids is all replaced with some corporate products. You got McDonald's, maids from third world countries, or like robot vacuum cleaners, proprietary robot vacuum cleaners, right? Artificial wombs, and the state education system. That's what raises kids these days. Doesn't matter whether it's a US state, the Europe state, you get the point, the education system, right? You see the F in FOSS is not just about software. Once you really start to think about it, you see how it can apply in every aspect of your life. The things we own really own us. It's no secret.
Things you own end up owning you.
You want happiness, take control of your fucking life, okay? I don't want to make this too much of an advice channel because I myself am a young person, but I think it's pretty obvious, guys. Come on. And trust me, farming business is also going to be very popular, along with trade business. You want to make money? Go into unsaturated industries. I'll give you a statistic. The average age of a farmer in the US is 60 years old. That's money right there. That's an industry for you to go into and make a fuck ton of money. When an evergreen industry, like food, is shrinking, is this the prime time to enter, okay? And even if you're in Europe, try to do a similar thing. Move to the countryside and start with fucking egg chickens, like the easiest way. Start growing something and sell it to friends and family first. Animals are usually easier to deal with because you do not need a special type of land. If you want to grow monocrop farming, which is not good, okay, you will need perfect flat land with a lot of soil and a lot of fertilizer. That's why animals and compost, nature, right? It's sustainable. It's like a cycle. That's why you should go into animals instead. Or whatever. And yes, due to regulations put up by the big businesses, whether it's in the US or Europe, or selling raw milk in the US, that's actually illegal, right? Big businesses write the regulations. I mean the government. You'll have to sell under the table first. This is why you just sell to family and friends, right? The social relationship between an economic transaction is also very useful. And you see, the reason something like this is more sustainable and guaranteed as opposed to trying to become some Andrew Tate or content creator or something is because this is independence. You head towards independence in an evergreen industry. You own every aspect of your business. In YouTube or Twitch, it's only 1% of the people who make like 99% of all the money on the platform. In farming, it's very different. This is kind of the beauty of a perfect competition. You can make money. Now, I don't know, sure, you might not be as rich as Andrew Tate. You might not have like 20 million Lamborghinis, but you have a chance and you'll have freedom. And this is why I recommend people to look in different areas, right? Look beyond the shit you're fed on media or whatever the fuck you watch. And again, think about it. You got your own business and you can literally feed yourself. Imagine having your own water system, right? This is freedom. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Look into this stuff. I'll leave some links in the description. But yeah, whatever path you have been fed as a child, we all know it's bullshit. Okay? And the statistics don't lie either. You should watch my older video. So let's start thinking for ourselves and look at other streams. We need to become independent. Okay? We need to start thinking for ourselves and we need to take certain risks. But what I've described is not really a risk. Either way, thank you for watching and yeah, good luck, right?